On this video, we'll take in this amazing, recently finished church.
An absolute wow.
I'll brave the elements as we take in the Serbian capital, Belgrade.
We're here in mid-July and it is roastingly hot.
Which in the end will take me down memory lane.
Not only did I have a hangover, but I also had food poisoning. This video is going to be a little bit of a split. We've just docked here in Belgrade and I thought, you know what, yes, I'm going for an excursion. I'll of course take you on that later in this video tomorrow, but after the how should I put it, the disappointment you may have seen in my previous video of going around Budapest, I thought, let's go and have a little look around central Belgrade and then see how it compares for tomorrow. Now you may recall last time I asked AI to help me with a route when I was going around Budapest. Well, I've done exactly the same this time. I said, give me a 1 hour walk around Belgrade, and that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, you didn't see that. Jay walking across. When I was in Vienna, nobody did it. Nobody thought to make a little dash. They're all very law-abiding. Well, certainly when I was in Vienna, they were all very law-abiding. But look, we've got to go up these stairs, more stairs, to get to the heart of old Belgrade. So look, I thought free Wi-Fi to walk around the city with. I had a connection, it worked on the boat, and just when I needed to tell you what we're looking at, it stopped working. So there's going to be a bit of help from Michael in the future probably in pointing out some of these buildings. I was prepared. Can you tell how hot it is by how much I'm sweating? So that is Saborna, hopefully I've pronounced that correctly, church, but we're going to now walk a bit further into the heart of the city, well, the old city. Yeah, people definitely don't seem to worry too much about standing and waiting for the traffic, but to be fair, there's no traffic, so there's nothing to wait for. So a rarity on this series aboard the Danube cruise ship, I have actually been to Belgrade before, you know, and there is a story to go with it. So where do I begin? The thing was, this is about 20 years ago or so I was here. I don't have many memories. It was a trip where we had a good time, if you know what I mean. So anyway, so my friend had managed to sort for us to go with some of his friends on a boat on the Danube. Sounds great, doesn't it? Had some nice food to eat, some drink, and then towards the end of the night we all start feeling a little bit unwell. So basically the cooked meats, salami or whatever, had been in someone's bag for most of the day. It had sweated quite a lot, and not only did I have a hangover, but I also had food poisoning. And I think there was 5 of us in my friend's apartment and 1 toilet. Wasn't the most fun in the world. And then halfway through the night, I woke up and I didn't put my glasses on. Went in search of some water. By the way, this is the National Bank of Serbia. And it's got its own pillbox, although there doesn't seem to be anyone in it. So anyway, so I got up in the middle of the night, didn't put my glasses on, opened the fridge door, and I saw a bottle with a clear liquid, which I assumed was water. Now I know this is a little naughty, but I got the bottle, unscrewed it, and took a swig. Trouble was, it definitely wasn't water. It was brandy. And I'd taken quite a lot of it. and I had a hangover, and I had food poisoning, and I woke up the house. So there you go, that's one of my memories of Belgrade. The second one, I think I might just be able to tell you about, because I suddenly remembered this thing that happened to us when we were out one of the nights, and I don't think I'm very far from where it happened. Okay, so we really have arrived in the centre of Belgrade, and now I just need to work out where this building is, where I can tell you another funny story. I'm very conscious that I'm not really being a very good tour guide here, am I? We'll do much better at the end of this video, so you can always skip ahead if you're not really into down memory lane with me. We will definitely get to some of those historic sites tomorrow, but like I said, I wanted a bit of a wander around here, and I was very aware on the previous video, but a couple ago, when I went to Budapest, I had to sort things out because I felt that I hadn't really shown you much of Budapest, so I re-recorded it. You can judge for yourself if I did a decent job. Link to that is on the screen now. Now though, I need to try and find what I'm looking for. Without the internet and with just this map, it's not so easy. If you're wondering why no internet, by the way, mobile phones in Serbia, because they're not part of the European Union, you don't get from the UK, if you've got one of those phone deals, which I certainly have, where I can use my phone abroad in the EU. It works everywhere on this trip, apart from here in Serbia. And I think it's down here, we were warned on the boat, turn your roaming off, otherwise you might get a big bill. And I'm sure, like you, I'm very used to having internet everywhere. Certainly when I'm looking around places, I can quickly look at where I am when I'm abroad, and I'm not going to buy an eSIM for 2 nights here in Serbia, so I kind of feel like I'm going a little bit blind. This map is sort of helping me, and I think I can see roughly where I'm going now, but it is a little bit of a throwback as to what I'm going to find. It's funny, now we've come off the main shopping area, just one block down. As you can see, it's loads quieter, but I think we've got a little bit of a walk to get to where I want to show you the next part of my reminiscing about being here in Belgrade. Okay, so I did 2 things. I tried the internet again, no joy. I tried number 2, ask a stranger, and he's told me exactly where I am. So I now know, try and say that. So I now know, there we go, exactly where I need to go. If you're new to my videos, I think I need to just point out, normally I think those who watch them would know I try and point out places of interest, but I can't get to my notes because I've got no internet. But I am determined to get to this place in Belgrade to tell you a final story before heading back to the ship, and then later on this video we'll try and do how shall I put this, a more formal show around to some of the sites here in the Serbian capital. But at the moment, it's very much randomness, and if you're here for that, brilliant. If you're not, you can skip ahead, because I've put time codes on this. I'll also put the locations of where I go on the video. We're passing the Moscow Hotel over on our right. Then we just need to take a quick, I think, left turn, and we should be there, and I'll tell you my story. I don't think it's worth it. I think it's quite funny. It's how I nearly got into big trouble. There is another ticking time bomb on this video, which won't affect you, but it will affect me. I have half an hour from now to get back to the boat for dinner tonight, and it's taken me about 40 minutes to get to here. I'll let you know in the morning if I made it. But for you on the video, that'll be when I start. I'm being attacked by pigeons. When I start in about 2 minutes time on this video from the morning. Haha! I think we are in luck. And I also think that probably almost certainly when we do the tour tomorrow or later in this video for you, the guide won't make much of what I'm about to show you. So this is the building I was talking about. It's the Serbian Parliament building, but I have to say it looks incredibly different than last time I was here, which I remember was 20 years ago, but at the moment the roads are closed and I'm walking away. I've no idea, there's a big event going on there, but my story still stands. So here goes. We were out and about. It would have been, oh, I don't know, 11, 12 o'clock at night, something like that. And my friend who lived in the city said to me, oh, we're going to go across to this, I think it was a nightclub or something like that. So we walked across, and I was a lot younger, and we had a little bit of, how shall I put this, fun, the group of us. We were on this bit of grass, and I said to my friend, what's going on? There's a guy waving at us, and he's got a gun round his waist. So my friend turned, looked at the guy, looked at the building, and he said, yeah, we don't want to be here. It's the Serbian Parliament. So we left. And to be fair to the guard, he wasn't that bothered either. So I don't know if that story was worth the wait. You have to let me know in the comments. But that is it for my impromptu walk around Belgrade. We'll finish now, and I'll pick up with you in a few seconds on this video, but for me it'll be in about 16 hours time. And we're back in the room. For you a few seconds, for me, well, a little bit longer. And now I guess it's time for the more traditional look around Belgrade. And it sure is a beautiful morning. Apparently there's a heat warning for today.
The first stop in our tour, which was to be jaw-dropping, was about a 30-minute drive away through Belgrade, which took in, to my delight, the home of Partizan Belgrade.
Yes, from a cathedral of football to a really, really big church, which apparently thousands of people can get into at any one time.
This church is new, very new. It was finished in 2020. It's dedicated to Saint Sava, the founder of the Serbian Orthodox Church. 10,000 worshippers can fit into this church for a service.
I have to say, inside there, that is something, isn't it? It's an absolute wow. Truly amazing building. Wasn't something I was necessarily expecting to see today. I don't know what I was expecting to see today, but it truly is amazing. Hope it comes across on the film.
Time to head from one of Belgrade's newest buildings to one of its oldest.
We're here in mid-July and it is roastingly hot, and there are some people who were on this excursion who have called it a day and understandably gone back to the ship, which is not too far from here. But we're carrying on and heading into this castle. Now, I expected to see many things in a castle in Serbia, but I didn't expect this. I think it's just as well they're caged in, don't you? Don't need them getting out.
Michael from the future here. Now, I should say that this is Belgrade Fortress, not castle. I was wrong on the day. But what's the difference between a fortress and a castle? Let me know in the comments.
It's a great view, isn't it? But you can't really see the key things. So that's not all the Danube River behind me. It's actually an island, and the water immediately in front of that land in the middle, pointing at it now on the screen, is the Danube, and then behind it is the main part of the Danube, which we can't really see. And then that little bit of water, it's not little, but the water coming off it is another river, the Sava River, and that's where our boat is currently moored. For me, the best thing I've seen in the brief time I've been here in Belgrade was that church. It was incredible, and if you're only going to do one thing when you came here, from what I've seen, I'd go there. So probably an Uber up there and an Uber back would be pretty easy. And frankly, if the weather's not as hot as it is today, you can easily walk up to this castle and back. It's not that far from the boat.
If you'd like to see more videos from my Danube river cruise, and well, why wouldn't you? A link to a playlist of videos is on the screen now.